offers medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services to meet the needs of our communities. They're searching for passionate individuals to join their diverse healthcare team. You can be a part of a supportive and collaborative team who share a passion for making a positive impact. More information on open positions and applications can be found at newhealth.org/careers. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978.
KCHW thanks New Health for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
All right now. Come on, boy. Yeah.
Yo!
Good boy. Yeah.
Yo! Good morning. Oh, whoa. What do we got here?
Whoa.
I told that to stop. And here I thought we were on such a good start this morning. Good morning. It's a KCHW morning show. It is Wednesday. You're joined here by the lovely Sharon Ludwig, Paula Randall, and myself, Chuck Ritchie. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Waking up. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Oh, I brought coffee, but like I said,
I know,
don't
you're
have.
taunting me.
I think there might be a dirty coffee cup over there. If you're willing to, trust it.
No, thank you.
But yeah, so we have a new possibly weekly morning show co-host with us this morning, Paula Randall. Good morning, Paula. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
It's very exciting. We've been flirting with this for a while of getting you on the show, and I keep saying, "Hey, let's do the show," and you're like, "All right, let's go," and I'm like, "Hey, let's do the show," and you're like, "You said you'd already be on the show." So here we go. We got you in here, and I'm happy to see you. Later on the second half of the show, we have guest Rebecca Cook coming on. She is involved with the 50-Hour Slam project in Spokane. She's coming on to tell us a little bit about it. The film festival for the 50-Hour Slam is this weekend. It's June 8th at the Bing Crosby Theater in Spokane. And I'm very, very excited about this. Not to toot our own horn, toot our own horn,
Yes.
but 2 out of the 3 people in the studio are in one of the films that made the top 15.
Top 15, yes.
So we may be a little biased. Our next guest, Rebecca Cook, is one of the judges on the show. We won't be getting any spoilers about how the competition went, but it's very exciting.
Yes.
There's no special treatment or anything from this. The judgment, the decisions have already been made. I don't believe that even the other judges know what the turnouts are.
Oh my gosh.
We can ask her when she's on.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited because ours was awesome.
I'm very excited. I'm very proud of ours. I thought it turned out really good. And we're really lucky to have Rebecca on. She is a filmmaker as well from Spokane. I've seen a lot of her projects she's done. I think she's working on a bigger one right now that she's going to talk about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some of her films are really fun. She does a really great job. And we had her on last year at the same time for the film festival. So she was
Very
not
cool.
a judge; she was a participant last year. So a little bit different. We get the big boys in this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Kirk Merrill is checking in again from Buckley,
Oh,
and
Buckley.
Catherine Patton is checking in.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I got to say, last night, so we've been working on installing the sound system in the park, and I get a message last night from the lovely Paula here and Catherine Patton. We're watching you.
Oh, yes. Well, added security. So I have been graciously been given access so I can check in and make sure that the stage isn't being vandalized because we're going to have some of our own sets up on stage
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So I was testing it to see if it was live all the time. And who should we see but 2 strange men walking on this stage at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock last night. So, yes, that was fun.
Well, strange is the right word. I'll give you that. No, we were there till about 1 a.m. working on that sound system,
Oh my
trying to get it up and mounted, and it's I think it's ready to go.
Nice.
We're trial by fire. We got a show a day before. We got a show tomorrow
I was going
evening.
to say, yeah.
It's
for the
not even
unveiling.
it's not the day after anything anymore.
Yeah.
There's going to be a show tomorrow evening in the park immediately after the art walk. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. There's going to be some unveiling of a new sculpture in the park. Anyone driving by might be able to figure out what that sculpture is.
Yes.
But yeah, it's very exciting. I'm excited. So let's go ahead and get things off. Let's kick stuff off with the weather here really quick. It looks like today is going to be a beautiful day. We're going to have some sunny weather, a high of 72, a low of 45 with clear skies overnight. That is, to me, you cannot ask for a better day than that. That's
Yeah.
high 60s, low 70s, sunny skies, maybe a couple puffy clouds in the air. Yeah. Then tomorrow, 80 degrees, starting to get a little warmer, mostly sunny skies, 52 for our low. Sunny skies again on Friday, but climbing up some more to 85 for our high, 55 for our low overnight. Clouds are coming out a little bit on Saturday, partly cloudy skies, but it's going to hit 90 degrees.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
See, to me, that's a little over the top
Hot,
for
yeah.
that's. I would prefer to stay in the 70s, but
Well,
you know what?
and it's graduation,
Yeah,
and it's going to be hot in that gymnasium. Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
wearing those hats and the big robes and
Yeah.
man, oh man.
All the people crammed in together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. And then on Sunday, we're going to have some clouds in the morning and some sun in the afternoon. 80 degrees for the high, so cooling down a little bit, but still going to be pretty warm out. 56 for the low. Oh, I didn't mention Saturday night with that 90-degree high, 61 for the low.
Wow.
That's I think last week those were our highs. So we're getting in there to summer temperatures. Monday 85 and 54, and then Tuesday of next week 87 and 54 for our temps, so partly cloudy skies. And really quick, before we get into things, we're going to go to the school breakfast and lunch menu. Today we're going to have cheese omelet, with a variety of cereal, fresh fruit juice, and your choice of milk with breakfast. Then moving on to lunch, we're going to have a cheese pizza, some romaine salad, fresh veggies, corn, fresh fruit, and their choice of milk. There we go. So anyone tuning in knows we started a little bit late this morning. We were having some tech issues, and we had some timing issues this morning. So let's go ahead.
It wasn't my fault. I was here.
You were here. I get a message this morning. Hey, is the show canceled? Where are you?
Right.
So I put my laundry in. I went to bed way too late last night. Put my laundry in before bed. Told myself I'll set an alarm and I'll get up in an hour when the laundry's done, throw my laundry in and go back to bed. I forgot to set that alarm.
Oh, no.
So I wake up, late already, not late, but, woke up. I had about 45 minutes to get here. Realized I had not put my clothes in the dryer. We've all had those days where if you don't wear what's in the dryer, you don't have anything to wear. Like I think my entire collection of socks were in there.
Yeah.
And so I had to, kind of wait. And then in my sleepy, not quite awake brain yet, saw more time on the timer on the dryer than I actually had. So my brain is like, oh, I can take a really, really long shower this morning because my dryer won't be ready for 50 minutes.
Well, we appreciate the fact that you're specially clean.
When in reality, I only had 45 minutes.
And fully clothed.
Yeah.
And fully clothed.
We can all appreciate
That's always
that.
a bonus.
Yeah. So do we have any local birthdays?
Yes, that is a good question, Sharon. I should. Do you want to do the local birthdays? Can you see the calendar over there? It's a little dark over there where you are.
Well, I'm looking at the back of the calendar.
Yeah, here. I'm gonna pass this off to you because I've been talking the whole entire time. So go ahead and take that and read this up. This is from our Chewelah Valley Lions Club calendar. Every day we read these birthdays.
Can I see it? Let's see. Where are
Okay.
we? We are June 5th,
Mhm.
and we have one birthday. We have Carmen. I actually can't tell what her last name is. Cliffner? Does that look like Cliffner to you?
Sure.
Okay. Sharon agrees. Carmen
Okay.
Cliffner, it's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo!
Happy birthday, Carmen. They go. Scott usually likes to tell people to point at him and laugh if you see him around town. Tell them we're talking about him on the radio. But it's rude to point, right?
I think very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't point.
Yeah.
Maybe just maybe buy him a cup of coffee or a glass of water or tea
Yeah.
or take him out to dinner.
Yeah.
Sprinkle them with bubbles.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that
That's
one.
a good one. I like that. All right, so we are running a little bit late. So let's go ahead and get right into the daily events or the
Sure.
weekly events because we have Rebecca coming on in a little bit.
Okay. All right. Catherine says, oh my, Paula was there before you.
She was. She
Oh.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite, her reputation precedes her.
Well, I was going to say that's really funny because I'm usually the one running 5 minutes behind. So
Oh, is this going to work? Because I'm usually the one running 5 minutes behind.
I'm going to look really good.
Okay. Well, today is Wednesday, June 5th. And of course, we have at the golf course, we have soft pickleball from 9 to 11:30 for 18 and over. And it's especially for beginners. A lot of my friends are joining that. I don't know how crowded it is up there. I don't know how many courses they have. I mean, how much room they have. But it sounds like fun.
It does. It does. And pickleball is that it's just taken the country by storm.
Oh, yeah.
The last 10, 15 years, it's
Yeah.
really become like the sport.
Yeah. And tonight we have Fired Up Pizza has bingo, 6 o'clock. The Chewelah American Legion AAA baseball is at Gonzaga Prep today. They had a game last night that was canceled. It was supposed to be here at Chewelah.
Mm-hmm.
The field was too wet.
Oh.
No.
And
no.
that field over there at the high school, they drained a swamp to build it. So
Yeah.
when it rains, it just sucks it up like a sponge, and it's too wet.
Kind of like my neighborhood. I think they pretty much did the same thing. I think that's pretty much most of the neighborhoods in Chewelah
I
were
was gonna
pretty
say,
much
yeah.
built on a swamp.
Yeah. And then we have a clay base underneath that, so that doesn't drain well and all kinds of things. Okay.
Kind of like how I try to garden. It just never really works right.
Yeah. Anything else for Wednesday for you? Because I sometimes go on and...
Yeah. I don't even have that screen up. It looks like, you know what? There is a few other things today. So it's First Wednesday with Ted at the Chewelah Public Library. That goes from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. And then from 3 to 4 p.m. is Tech Help at the Chewelah
good.
Library.
Good.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a grandchild to help you, or a 5-year-old
Right.
to do your tech stuff, you go to the library. Yeah.
And I believe first Wednesday with Ted, I believe that is Brandon Hansen, who was there at the library. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, he never stops in and says hi afterward, Brandon. But that's okay. We'll forgive
Yeah.
you.
No pressure.
Tomorrow, June 6th, Thursday, line dancing at the Chewelah Senior Center from 2:30 to 4:30. I believe that before that is the food bank open.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep,
From 10 a.m.
'cause
to 2 p.m.
I always forget that, and you remind me of that. First Thursday art walk,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be a really exciting.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, because it's.
It's-
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Do you have all the stuff where everything's
I have a
at?
flyer somewhere.
Okay.
But
I've got it up here if you want me to.
yeah, you
okay.
go ahead.
So that is going to be from 5 to 8 p.m. downtown Chewelah. There is what, 2 weeks ago, Trails and Gallery hosted artists to do plein air paintings.
Mm-hmm.
And this art walk is a showcase of those plein air paintings. They had, for those of you that don't know, plein air is, Paula, do you want to explain to us a little bit
outside.
about
I was
that?
super excited. I was actually going to try to do it. I am not an artist. Well, okay, let me qualify.
Yes, you are.
I paint and I have a lot of fun. And what I loved about the plein air activity is it was 2 days around specific iconic places around Chewelah.
Mm-hmm.
So you could pick which one you wanted to paint, and you could paint either Saturday or Sunday. I saw people out painting on Sunday. And then you submit all of your artwork. The qualifying is it had to be done that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited to see artists that I know just in my short time of being in Chewelah, the amazing artwork that people were able to complete, the beautiful vistas that
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I didn't go because mine would have been, a stick figure with some, a little, kind of some wavy hair or something, little, wheels on the bus for the brewery, little
Right.
sandwich bus there. But yeah, it's amazing. So I'm super excited to see the paintings. I'm super excited for it on tomorrow. You said she's got the flyer up here.
Yeah, and so the main plein air show is going to be at the Trails End Gallery. There's going to be some overflow art at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center. That's part of that same show, but there was too much art. I believe he had over 50 submissions.
That's awesome.
Wow.
From that show, yeah.
Nice.
And so it was too much of it was too good to not display.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some overflow in the lobby area of the Aaron Huff Memorial Center. And then Alyssa Helvik, she's going to be at West Soft Excavation. Tracy Manley is going to be at Quartzite Brewing. We all know Tracy. She's got a couple murals up around town. She's got a lot of artwork right here on my arm in the studio. And then there's going to be the quilt show at the McCunn Gallery at the Mountain Market on Main, which I was there the other day, and I love quilts. I'm a quilt guy. I love them, and some of the art on these quilts. You see the quilt show a couple weeks ago.
Amazing.
Unreal.
Yeah.
What people can do with fabric. Unbelievable. And then Nancy Bloom, love Nancy. She is going to be at the Yale Press. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and then to top it all off, we have starting at 8:15 at the park. Music's actually going to start a little bit earlier. Music will be starting in the 7 o'clock hour. But then we'll give some time for people to clear out after the art walk and head on down to the Chewelah City Park for live music. There's going to be a band. It's the Voodoo House of Blues is going to be performing, or I'm sorry, the Voodoo Church of Blues is going to be performing with special guest Forrest Goverdare. And at 8:15 is a presentation of a special sculpture that's going in the park. I guess everybody knows what it is, but we're trying to like the Santa Claus secret, trying to pretend like we don't know what it
drum rolls
is.
and all that.
Yeah, and we have a local poi dancer who's going to be there too with his wonderful artistry, which is super, super exciting.
It is exciting. And there's two fire dancers are going to be there.
Nice.
There's going to be hula hooping to blues music. That'll be fun. And the unveiling of a very special David Goverdare masterpiece. One of his most famous works. It's going to be on display in our park, and I can't believe it's been a long time coming, and it's really, really a special event that's happening. It's really, I'm so excited about this. I can't believe it.
Well, and along with that, Craig Meyer karaoke is at the Oasis.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
From 8:30 to 11. And Craig and DeBratz are at Fired Up Pizza. How can they be at both places?
I don't know. I think sometimes the calendar things get over.
And maybe because it said the first Thursday on my. Well, anyway. So you just drive around town and listen for music.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting
There's
to
gonna be
have
stuff
all
everywhere.
these things kind of piggybacking on each other. And it all started with Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
And he
It did.
just persevered and stayed with it.
Who's Tim?
And Tim.
Oh, Tim Nielsen.
Yeah.
He's the owner of the Trails End Gallery.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I did meet him once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And he used to have his gallery on 395 in this little teeny shop. And he started, and I don't know how many years he's been doing this, but he just kept going, and now
Yep.
it's just exploding. It's so fun.
Good.
Yeah.
also on display, speaking of Tim Nielsen, the Trails End Gallery is going to be a smaller model of the. I just had the guy's name in my head, and now I cannot remember it, and I feel silly for not knowing that. Do you have that in your notes? He's a Native American. He was instrumental in lobbying to get tribal fishing rights established in the state of Washington. His sculpture is actually going to be revealed in Washington D.C.
Wow.
Yeah.
We didn't even practice that.
And this isn't the actual model. It's a smaller scale model of the one that's actually going up in the Hollow Records. I'm not 100% sure. I should know this. I will know it tomorrow at 3:30 because we are having Michael Wallenfels from Artois, as well as Tim, to come on and discuss the piece, the gentleman, the history behind it, and its importance to Washington State.
Oh,
so that's
very
going to be
cool.
right here. We're doing a special show at 3:30 p.m. We do these shows once a month with Tim. We're calling it About the Arts.
Very
in
nice.
Chewelah, and it's a sort of a precursor every month to the Art Walk. We do it the day before. The day before they generally do the Art Talk at the brewery. So they come over here. We do an interview with the artists that are going to be showcased for the month, and then they go on over to the brewery and do their talk.
So is that today?
That is tomorrow. That's tomorrow. We're not
Because usually you do it on Wednesday, don't you?
Usually we do that on Wednesdays. Today we're moving it to tomorrow because of the schedule. Because the Arts Walk convening.
Oh yeah.
Is going to be here.
Convening.
The Chewelah Creative. It is all the creative districts convening tomorrow.
Okay, we're going to keep on going with that.
No.
Also tomorrow, Chewelah American Legion AA baseball home against LC if the field dries out. So hopefully it will.
How long does it usually take? I mean,
just a day.
Okay, because we didn't get any rain yesterday to speak of.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, because it was
little bit.
raining when I was walking in the morning a little bit.
I do know last night we were working on that stereo system, and I had my car pulled over by the theater because I had all my tools and stuff, and had the hatch open on the back of the car, and then I was like, "Oh, is it raining? What's that water noise?" And it was the sprinkler pointed directly into the back of my car.
No.
Oh no!
Yeah, I caught it pretty quick. It didn't get too bad.
Oh,
Wow.
good.
Yeah. So Friday we have Chamber of Commerce meeting out at the casino at 7 a.m. for anybody who'd like to attend that. Adult pickleball up at the golf course from 9 to 11:30, and the farmers market. Third week of the farmers market, and it's getting bigger and better every week.
It is so cool.
It really is.
Yeah.
I was walking through the other day and I found this fabulous artist. Look at my beautiful ring. Do you see?
Yes.
So I wanted to wear it. I have big man hands, and I'm like, oh, I really love it, and I want to wear it every day. So she sat and she hammered this thing until it was big enough to fit on my ring. I love it. I'm so
That's
excited.
amazing.
It was like a spoon.
Wow.
I believe I know who you're talking about, but I
Yes.
can't remember her name.
She's fabulous.
She really is. She really is. We've had her featured some stuff with the Creative District a few times.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Saturday is the Chewelah High School graduation at the high school gymnasium at 11 o'clock in the morning. Sunday, Fired Up Pizza All Ages Blues Jam, 4 p.m. And Monday, we're back to adult pickleball, 9 to 11:30 in the morning. And Chewelah American Legion A baseball at Shadle Park. And Tuesday, we have a baseball AA home against West Valley and a AAA baseball at Rogers against the North Stars, which is a Spokane team.
Yeah.
So as a new to Chewelah area, when it says AA, AAA, what field are they playing at? Is that the one off on 395, or is that a different field?
No, they play behind the high school at what's called the Barber Complex, and the A, AA, and AAA is the ages.
Okay.
So as you're younger, you play in the A team, and that's not well. And then you get a little older, you're AA, and then you're AAA, and you play the biggest schools in the AAA.
Oh wow!
But it's a full schedule. They go to state. They have all kinds of things all summer. But then coming up, I just want to let people know that if you have a high school student that's interested in being a cheerleader, they did not totally miss the tryouts. They're having a second chance tryouts for high school and junior high cheerleading tryouts, and they're going to have junior high this year. They haven't had them in a while. They must be 5th through 7th grader this school year, so going into 6th through 8th grade in order to try out. The high school must be 8th through 11th grader this year in order to try out. And practices for the tryouts will be June 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. and the 13th, and the tryout day is June 14th. So if you have a student, and, you know, we have young men and young women who do cheerleading in Chihuahua. And so...
that's awesome.
Yeah. We've had some really good cheerleading teams.
Hey, Sharon, you keep turning your head away from the microphone. You're getting really
I'm
quiet.
sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry because I'm looking down here reading, you know. And June 12th, let's see, AAA baseball home against North Stars. So they're playing the North Stars 2 days in a row, one away and one at home. And then the 13th, which is a week from now, the single A baseball at Deer Park. We'll talk about that later. But coming up Saturday, June 22nd, Classic Country Tunes for Charity. And that's Ray and Dave are going to be playing at the Center for the Arts. And you'll see Ray around town. She's going to be selling some gift raffle baskets during the first Thursday walk. So she'll be, and there's some really nice, you want to buy a raffle ticket for these because she's got bed and breakfast, she's got ski passes, she's got all kinds of things in her packages. Really nice.
Wow.
I think you were talking about these the other day, and that sounds amazing, these baskets that she's putting together.
Yeah.
Do we have to, like, hunt her down and, like, jump on her as she's walking around town? Will she be,
I
like,
think she's going to be
dressed up or
set
something
up
so
somewhere.
we know? Okay.
So, and with some of the baskets. So
I probably shouldn't, like, walk downtown with a bullhorn going, Ray! Ray! Right? Trying to find her.
Yeah.
And her husband Dave, of course, the formerly known as the singing fire chief.
Yes. And they've got a following. They're a very good band, and so we're looking forward to that. Coming up.
So really quick,
ahead.
I just want to go back. You were saying Friday, the Craig McQuain's band playing. That did you talk about that being at the Rusty Putter on Friday evening?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, at the Rusty Putter, Two Stones, One Bird, which is one of Craig McQuain's bands. This is a alternative country bluegrass trio. They're going to be playing up at the Rusty Putter up at the Chihuahua Golf and Country Club. That happens from 5 to 7 p.m. I was going to say, oh, man, this is like I made the poster. This time's not on there, but it is on there.
Well, and it's so fun. They've got quite a following, too. And so they've got their fingers in different places. And so you can go different places and see them. And they're playing all over. And that's a really fun thing.
Oh.
It's a fun family.
Also, still stuck in Friday. This happens from 5:30 to 7 p.m. And I believe this is at the American Legion. It's not loading for me.
Okay,
but here we are.
This Friday?
Yes.
Yeah. 7th.
This Friday, June 7th at 5:30 p.m. at the American Legion is a dinner with pulled pork sandwich, coleslaw, baked beans, and dessert. And this goes to support Bradley's Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam's
nice.
been talking about that. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And a really good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those fundraisers at the American Legion they do. They usually do a pretty good job.
They do.
Raising
They do.
funds for these organizations.
Yeah.
And Sam and Bradley or Sam at Bradley's.
Yes.
Sam Bradley.
Yes.
They do a great job for the kids.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go.
just in your radar, coming up is a junior golf camp.
Yes.
And it's not till June 24th, but registration is open. You can contact the golf course from kids ages 6 to 15.
Do they have to know how to play golf?
No, that's the whole object of this, is that they don't have to know how. They teach them. Let's see. Sign up for junior golf camp so they can sharpen their skills and have fun while doing so. $65. And they get range balls, they get tea prizes, they get a barbecue lunch on Thursday, and the registration is limited to the first 70 kids who sign up.
I wonder if you have to have your own clubs.
I don't think so. I think it does not say on here. Some kids do, but the thing to do would be to call up there, which is the Pro Shop, and it's 509-935-6801, extension 1. And you'd find out whether or not I think that they have loaner ones, but because I've had grandkids take that.
Yeah, for the kids.
Right.
Usually they have clubs up there for the kids.
Yeah.
Xander has not been subjected to golf.
No?
No.
Is it going to be this year?
I think that's a really great idea. Right? That sounds like a lot of fun. It's a family tradition. Some of us take to golf, some of us don't. I have stories if we had time.
There you go. My kids did that one year. They've never been interested in golf before or since. But they thought, we thought, let's sign them up for it. It'd be a fun thing to do. And they had a really great time, actually. And for a minute there, they actually considered
Golfing?
getting into golf because they did have a great time.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. My family is Midwestern, so golf is a big deal. You have a club in your hand as soon as you can stand up. And so as a non-golfer, you can imagine the trauma. Yes, of years of forced golfing.
I once shot par 3 holes in a row, and I figured I'm never going to do better than that. So I quit my golf career right then and there.
Right.
Yeah.
When you run out of room for the numbers, it's too. You're not a golfer.
Yeah, you don't
too high.
You're not supposed to try for the highest score.
Well,
that's
a different game.
Oh, okay.
I was banned from golf, and then I was banned from driving the golf cart, and then I just stayed in the pool.
Okay, so we have a couple more. Mike Bentz is on and says, good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Mike.
Yeah, I miss him from Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Catherine James, who I don't know, Catherine James, and she says, good morning, have a
Catherine
wonderful...
is one of our regular listeners. She comments
Good
all
morning,
the time.
Catherine.
Good morning, Catherine.
She says, have a wonderful day. And the Craig McQuain Music says, good morning, thank you for sharing our gig at the Rusty Putter.
Oh, no problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We love those guys.
Yep.
McQuain family and music and Chihuahua kind of go hand in hand. So
Yes.
They have been so awesome, and I only know them peripherally. Like, I don't know them as well as others, but I had to include Sally in my play. So Sally is in my play, A Midsummer Night's Dream. I don't know if she knows that. She is.
Oh, Sally doesn't know this.
Sally is not physically in my play, but her name is in my play because of who it's Sally.
Yeah.
Right?
Perfect.
Right?
Absolutely. I think that's amazing. That's wonderful.
And then one last one coming up, Stage Time Summer Theater School. And it happens July 8th through 13th. Registration is open. You can go to Chihuahua Center for the Arts website, and that's what it is, Chihuahua Center for the Arts, all one word, and get your registration forms. The title for this year is Sounds Like Mayhem, Sounds Like Fun. And they're going to sing, dance, act, stage combat, puppetry, parade flags, balloon tying. And so that's July 8th through 13th, 9 to 2 each day. And then on the 13th, that's where they have their 2 performances at the Children's Pavilion. And right after that, we have what?
We have A Midsummer Night's Dream, Shakespeare in the Park. Ooh. And it's going to be a hoot. It's going to be so much fun. We have a great cast. We have live musicians. We're going to have bubbles. There will be fairies running around. Can't miss it. It's going to be awesome.
I'm really excited about that. I wish my schedule hadn't been so tight this year. I would have loved to have taken part in that.
Oh, no, it's so cool. But we already are set for next year, too. Next year is going to be Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh,
so
cool.
I already have that in my brain.
Nice.
But yes, and many thanks to Tom and Melissa and Gretchen and Sharon and you and who am I missing? Jay.
Melissa.
And Melissa. Did I say Melissa?
Yeah,
I thought I did.
You did.
Jay and Bob and Catherine. Did I name everybody? I think that's everybody.
Okay.
That's my, and Tawny. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Tawny. And Tawny.
Nice.
My super support group that's helping me make the sets and do sound and everything else. And that's it. And I'll be quiet there.
That's amazing.
And people in Chihuahua need to know there's one show only.
One show
only. Tell us again the date and time so people make
July 13th at 4 p.m. at the center stage in the park, the big stage in the park. and it's going to be after the stage time shows have gone on, but Fun in the Sun will still be there, so the vendors will still be there, and we're doing this fantastic play, and we're going to start the play with the parade in with our fire dancer, with Keegan.
Outstanding.
Yes, and that's how we're going to,
awesome.
you'll know that we're starting the play when you see us all parade behind Keegan.
And another thing is that these kids are remarkable. I mean, the adults are remarkable too, but she's got kids who are also going to be taking the Stage Time Theater School. She's got kids who are going to be in Little Women later on in the summer.
Yes.
And so they're just remarkable in the experience that they're getting.
The professionalism.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
yes.
Little tiny. I'm so impressed with my little kids because I have 4 little fairies. Can I name them? Is that okay?
First name.
First name. Okay. So I have Maura, Ro, Penny, and Hadley. And then I have Hadley's brother who is doing he's playing an adult part. He's playing 2 adult parts.
Oh wow.
And Gibson is doing absolutely brilliantly. He's great. And then the 2 young women who are doing the 2 young women who are doing Little Women, also Cora and Ella, and they are just fabulous. They jumped right in, so they're doing amazing stuff. So I have a super amazing cast. All right, that's it. Now I'm quiet.
Very cool. All right. Well, we need to get to our break. We have Rebecca waiting in the wings here in our waiting room on our Zoom call. We're going to get her on right after the break. But before then, we need to thank our sponsors and hear a little news. So we'll be right back. KCHW 102.7. You're listening to the KCHW Morning Show. We'll be right back.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, June the 5th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. First to South Dakota, where some rural residents struggle to get good drinking water. But the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation has awarded 2 local communities with grants to help change that.
Nearly $13 million in Water Smart Drought Resiliency grants are slated for projects in Eagle Butte and Dade County. The Mini Wash Day Water Company, run by the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe, will receive $2.8 million to pipe water 10 miles northwest of the community to supply 17 existing residences and 20 being constructed. The water company started planning this project in 1993, according to Executive Director Leo Fisher. In the meantime, he says the people living there have had to haul their water.
It's more of a pain than it is anything because you haul it in the back of a vehicle. In wintertime, everything freezes up.
Piped water is important in the region because area groundwater wells are of poor quality, must run deep into the ground, and have proven unreliable. I'm Kathleen Shannon.
The Bureau of Reclamation has made water smart grants in 11 states this year. And facing mounting political pressure over the migrant influx at the southern border, President Joe Biden Tuesday signed an executive order that will temporarily shut down asylum requests once the average number of daily encounters tops 2,500. That from NBC News. They quote Biden as saying the border is not a political issue to be weaponized, and the shutdown could go into effect immediately because the threshold has already been met. And a prominent animal safety group is calling on restaurants to do more to ban the use of animal gestation crates where livestock and poultry are grown for meat. A new report from the group Animal Equality says some chains have made progress, but many are lagging.
Dozens of U.S. restaurant companies pledged to end the use of gestation crates for pregnant pigs in their supply chains back in 2008. Since then, 11 states, including Iowa and others in the Midwest, have either restricted their use or outlawed them. Animal Equality's Devin Deere says some restaurant chains still don't comply, but she's encouraged that others do.
And we've seen some really big players in this industry move away from crates. So, for example, McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, Chipotle, Shake Shack, Panera Bread. These companies have all either significantly reduced or eliminated crates. We know that it can be done successfully.
Scientists say gestation crates, which amount to a space about the size of an airplane seat, are breeding grounds for disease. The report lists Denny's, Chick-fil-A, Dunkin', and KFC among 13 companies it says have not been aggressive enough in reducing their use of the crates.
In Iowa, the use of those crates grew along with the proliferation of large factory farms in the 80s and 90s, where thousands of animals were confined in limited areas. This is Public News Service. About a third of U.S. parents with kids younger than 18 say they worry their children might be bullied at some point, and that became a reality for one Nevada parent.
Christina McDarmott says her 12-year-old daughter, who has a disability and was in the public school system, began to get bullied at the age of 10. She's now 12 and being homeschooled. McDarmott says her daughter experienced name-calling and others making fun of her appearance, which eventually led to things getting physical. Zero-tolerance bullying policies have been implemented around the nation to stop that kind of behavior. And while McDarmott says she supports the idea these mandates propose, which consist of a punitive approach to bullying, when put into practice, she argues it can lead to a counterproductive response.
I think that, the school just doesn't do enough, to make sure this stuff stops. What is it going to take? Someone really seriously getting hurt and ended up in the hospital, or something?
I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
And next to Virginia, where Dominion Energy is eyeing a new site for a natural gas plant in Chesterfield.
Documents show the company is considering the recently closed Chesterfield Power Station site. Dominion sent Chesterfield County officials a letter requesting they complete the local governing body certification and site suitability and value forms for the site. Mason Manley with the Chesapeake Climate Action Network says the county's response shows using the new site means a local zoning decision may not be necessary.
Because this coal plant has been operating on this site before, it's already zoned correctly for electricity generation, which means that there's no zoning case at the county level for community members to fight, so they wouldn't need the zoning.
But the project faces other hurdles, including getting an air permit from the Department of Environmental Quality and final approval from the State Corporation Commission. Though it was originally proposed in 2019, it's been in limbo due to a corruption lawsuit and the enactment of Virginia's Clean Economy Act. That law requires Dominion to generate 100% renewable electricity by 2045. Edwin J. Vieira reporting.
Finding from Danielle Smith, a recent study on pre-K ed in Pennsylvania reveals that much work remains to improve investments in the pre-K education in the state.
The Pre-K for PA campaign asks lawmakers to boost funding in the fiscal budget as the June 30th deadline approaches. Partnering with the campaign, Carrie King with Pennsylvania Partnerships for Children says they support Governor Josh Shapiro's proposed $33 million increase for pre-K, which would strengthen the sector and expand access to high-quality programs.
The funds would aim to increase rates for providers. Pre-K is an area where, like many other sectors, there's a workforce shortage. And so the funds in the state budget will really go to those programs to make sure that they're sustainable.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's some radio stations, big and small, your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChihuahuaFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
All right now. Come on, boy.
Time to saddle up.
Good boy.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. It is our Wednesday local roundup with myself, Chuck Ritchie, Sharon Ludwig, and our newest Wednesday morning show co-host, Paula Randall.
Yes.
So welcome back to the show. And we have joining us now, I'm very excited to have you here, Rebecca Cook. She's here to talk about the 50-hour slam, which two of us sitting here at the table are in. We're in a film there that's been entered. We made the top 15. Very excited about that. Rebecca, you've been involved with the 50-hour slam for years. You're currently this year, you're one of the judges. Tell us a little bit about your, you're a filmmaker. Tell us a little bit about
before she gets into that, Joe Wazinski is commenting, and he says, "Hi, Rebecca Cook."
Joe Wazinski says hi. I tried to get him on the show this morning with us, but he's been traveling.
Yep.
Oh, Joe's always so busy. Hi, Joe. And hello, everyone. It's so nice to be here. I'm such a fan of Chihuahua, well, in every aspect, but it was such a joy to hear about the theater that's happening up there. I'm a former student of Don McLaughlin, so I know that clan well. And anyway,
very nice.
Thanks for all the art that comes out of Chihuahua is just amazing. So I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, that's a win-win for us all.
Right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I am a filmmaker. I don't know. I have a lot of titles, but I guess professionally, I'm the vice president of IATSE Local 488, which is the union that covers the film crews of Washington, Oregon, North Idaho, and Montana. I'm the vice president of Spokane Film Project, which is just a nonprofit networking organization in the area that helps to educate and elevate all the digital content creators around.
Nice.
I'm on the board of Washington Filmworks, which manages our state film incentive.
Are you? How long have you been on the board there?
It's been about 4 years now.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. It's just I'm also currently teaching at Spokane Falls Community College. I do one class in the fall on film production, as in like producing films. And this quarter, they actually had me out to direct a film with the students. And shameless plug, it opens Friday night and shows Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinee at the college.
Very
fun.
Cool. But do you have a title for us?
It's called Wistock's Way.
Wistock's Way.
Yeah, that's the road that runs in front of the college. But
yeah.
It's essentially like 3 short films that were written by students that we kind of wove together in one, and yeah, we're really proud of it. But
very cool! Congratulations.
Nice. That is cool. And do I remember correctly? Are you in production in another project right now, or?
Yeah, I'm going in late to work this morning. We just wrapped a film called Train Dreams.
Yes.
Starring Joel Edgerton and Felicity Jones. Yes, I'm actually the payroll accountant on that show. My career in film has been vast, wide, and variety. But yeah, I've got a couple more weeks, but we did wrap principal photography. And we filmed we were actually up in Chihuahua for a couple days. Medellin Falls, Tico, Snoqualmie, and all around Spokane area, Medical Lake.
Very cool. Yeah, there were the Facebook posts. Oh my goodness, I just saw William H. Macy at Safeway in Chihuahua.
Right? It caused quite the stir. Everyone's running to Safeway. They've never had such a run in Safeway before.
Right?
I love it. Look for the vegan jerky. That's the drug of choice.
I don't think they have that at Chihuahua Safeway.
No, they do. They have they have like a vegan jerky, the sticks, and they have a couple of other things. Yeah, I got it to try and see if I could get my family to check it out, and boy, it looked like it had radiation or something. They avoided it so strongly.
Wow!
Oh my goodness, I think it's still up in the cupboard.
Okay, so
I'm a vegetarian. They let me have his hand-me-downs when he left. So.
So tell us a little bit about for those people not listening, what is the 50-hour slam? And then a little bit about the history behind it.
The 50-hour slam is a film competition based in Spokane, Washington, but open to anybody who wants to come and participate. And you are basically given 50 hours to create a short film that is 3 to 6 minutes long. What happens on Friday night, teams gather, or even if you don't have a team, everybody is welcome who shows up at the kickoff, and they give you the criteria, which usually involves a theme. There's 3
Mm-hmm.
videos that are made centered around the theme. This year, well, I'll let you talk about the theme because you actually had to make a movie based on it.
Right.
We did. Yeah, so we show up Friday. They lock the doors, turn out the lights. The ritual begins.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then 50 hours have to be back there in time to have a completed film. It'd really be nice if you let the teams that live more than an hour away get that extra hour.
No,
back.
and I think it needs to be really made clear that 50 hours, I mean, that's writing, that's producing, that's acting, that's filming, that's editing, that's putting music together, that's getting everything together. So from start to finish, 50 hours for everything.
And you can get your teams together. You can have some ideas. You can have some outlines. You can have sort of a shot schedule ready, but you don't really know if any of that is going to if you're going to be able to use any of that, because come Friday evening, you get your parameters for what you need to do, and the subject and all that. And
So
everything
what
you
was
plan
this
could
year's
just go
theme?
out of the window. This year's theme, perhaps you can word this a little better than I can, Rebecca.
Sure, you want me to take a
She's
shot?
waiting. There's like bated silence.
Local Indigenous filmmaker Misty Shipman was tasked with interviewing some local Indigenous artists who talked about the relationship between, well,
Sacred water. Yeah.
people and sacred water.
Yeah.
And there were 3 different videos that focused on different things, but it was particularly focused on the relationship to the river.
And I believe ours was the water is the meaning of life.
Yeah.
Was our pardon me.
Yeah,
was our
Minnie
basis for our film. Yeah, Minnie Wachoni.
Yeah.
And so we had to come up with a film, like we said, we have to create it, write it, act it out. I know Joe is on our team, and he had sort of a rough idea for an idea laid out, but again, you show up for filming, and all that just kind of goes out the window, and you have to start over, and you have to make sure that you follow the criteria. And this year it was, this year was actually a little bit of a tricky one because you have a bunch of
mentioning the expo and making sure the falls were there.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of it had to do with the 74 Expo and the 50th anniversary of that. And it's kind of a sensitive subject matter as well this year. When previous years you could just kind of go buck wild and do a silly, goofy comedy, this year kind of had to be treated with a little more respect. And it was...
I appreciate you. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no.
I really appreciate you saying that. This is my first year as a judge. Normally I'm a participant, but I wasn't able to with my schedule this year. So I was really excited when they let me be a judge.
Yeah.
And I got to see all of the films, and you watch the video criteria and you think, ooh, this is going to go really well or really badly.
Right.
But I was really impressed with the level of films, and, it runs the gamut, the experience level, from the high school and junior high students all the way to film professionals.
Right.
And it's amazing how I think there were 33 films, something like that. And everyone tackles it a little differently. You all get the same criteria, but so many different stories come out of that.
Right.
And there are slapstick comedies, and there are, heavy tragedies. It really runs the gamut. And I can't talk too much about any specific films, but I will say, your team's film particularly stood out to me with
yay!
Aw, thank you.
So out of those 30 plus films, how many are chosen to be shown?
There's 15. Well, actually 16 are shown. So the judges choose 15. And then there's one that wins the best tweet award. And the organizers get to decide who gets that. And as someone who actually won that one year, I have high respect for the best tweet award.
Oh,
Yeah.
And is there going to be a viral vote this year again?
Yes. So Saturday, this coming Saturday at the Bing is the showing of those 15 films, and the audience will get to vote that night on their favorite. So one will be awarded that night, and then all of the films will go up for viral votes on the 50 Hour Slam website. I think it's 50hourslam.com.
I think that's
Oh,
right. Yeah.
fun. Okay.
And yeah, last year our film won the viral vote. We didn't get it in time to for the main criteria, but mostly thanks to Kat's mom, we won the viral vote. So thank you, Kat's mom. I think she made a full-time job of voting for our film for the entire time it was available. So it was kind of a shock to us that we did win the viral vote, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And we're pretty proud of what we did this year, but it's really hard
Yeah.
to know. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. And this is only my second year actually participating, but I've watched the slams, being friends with Joe for years. And, you just never know what's going to come out of these,
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
You can produce something that you're so proud of, and then it gets in there against masterpieces, or you could have one year have something you're like, oh man, I don't know if this is gonna, and you end up in the top 5 or something. It's always fun, and it's always fun to see, like you said, the amount of different varying stories that come out of a single topic is and the different.
This was an
directions minds
amazing
run.
topic too, because the Spokane Falls and the Spokane River has such a rich history. And I'm so excited the past couple of years they've actually been able to release salmon. So there have been salmon releases in part of the river that haven't been. Of course, they spawn and then the eggs are collected, and then, that's how the salmon species is continuing right now. But just that salmon has been in the river is huge.
Yeah.
If you look at the historical pictures of our local tribes and how they fished, standing on the falls with their spears, right, and spearing the fish and then bringing them down, and the women would have the drying racks all set up. And it was such a huge part of their trade, of their food, of their livelihood. It was a huge event every year.
Oh yeah. When we tried, we almost had Tim Pion. He's the manager of the Spokane Tribe Fish Hatchery. We almost had him on the show tomorrow, but they had a pipe, I guess, break.
Oh no!
At the salmon hatchery, and they've been on all hands on deck trying to get the salmon hatchery back up and running again.
Oh my gosh! Wow. I hope they got that fixed. Yeah. That's awful.
They were working on it. I think I don't know any details, but I'm pretty sure I'm confident they're going to get it back up and running if they haven't already. So
good.
But he was unable for tomorrow. What's that?
You just never know.
I know. So you have been involved in films for many. I don't want to say many years because you're not that old. But but since you were a youngster in Spokane, you've been involved in films for a while. Can you tell us about some of the memorable or some projects that we might have heard of?
Oh, sure. Well, yeah. So I actually started out in theater, and my film career began kind of when the film incentive began, and films started coming to Spokane, and I learned I could actually have a job in the arts that had included benefits and full-time wages.
Nice.
But yeah, I started out as a set costumer, and one of the first big films I worked on, which is probably the biggest budget film we ever had in Spokane, was called Home of the Brave. And that starred Samuel L. Jackson and Jessica Biel and Chad Michael Murray.
Wow.
And Christina Ricci. Yeah, it was a pretty big. The film didn't make it really big.
Yeah.
But a lot of big names, a lot of great experience, and it was really, just a huge education for me. I'd been on, I think, one film for just a couple days before that, professionally, and then this one was the one that launched my career, got me into the union, and the rest is history, as they say. But yeah, I had a great time. I was very lucky. The stars I worked with on that, I worked most closely with Jessica Biel, and
oh wow,
she was just a kick. I just adored her.
Nice.
That's kind of a funny story. Do we have time for that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got half an hour. We're good.
So, okay, great. Well, So we were filming in this house, and they had a bathroom down in the basement that crew was using. But I had to get Jess changed into a different outfit for a scene. So I laid it out because they had kind of a laundry side of the bathroom and then the bathroom side of the bathroom. So I laid it down there and I let her know. And she's like, oh, okay, great. So I just need to pee real fast. And I was like, okay, cool. And she's like, you can come in, it's fine. I'm like, no, Jess, it's fine. Go ahead and pee. I'll come in. So I'm kind of also standing guard at the door because crew had been using the bathroom. Didn't want anyone to barge in. Anyway, so when I came back into the room after she'd, taken care of business, I said to her, so Jess, I'm going to write in my diary tonight. Because she had this thing where she loved crew gossip.
Mm-hmm.
And it was always, I was going to write in my diary was the cue for some hot goss. And I said, Jess, I'm going to write in my diary tonight. She's like, oh, what, Rebecca? Tell me. And I said, dear diary, today Jess Beal asked me to watch her pee. Jess takes it to another level. It's like, oh, what a great idea. Let's set up a whole website. It'll be like watchjessbealpee.com. And people are going to tune in thinking they're going to watch me pee, but instead it's going to be a camera on your face just going,
That's a whole new level of bonding.
I love that.
Jessica Beal, that's who she is for me.
Oh, how fun.
That's awesome. Did you keep in contact with her afterwards?
No, it's usually just kind of, with a lot of the stars, like Antonio Banderas and I just had a great time together.
Oh, wow.
But, it's just for the length of the film. Usually.
Is he as awesome as he thinks I think he is? See, I can't even speak the thought of Antonio Banderas, and I'm like, right? That's all I can do.
Yeah, let me, can I?
Do you need a fan, Paula?
Me?
Yeah.
No, maybe just a little bit. Yes, please share all the stuff on Antonio Banderas, please.
Yeah, he deserves every bit of your adoration. He is just a delight and super down to earth. I remember we were filming a scene in this house, and it was oh gosh, I'm trying suddenly the name of the other co-stars got out of my head.
Don't care. It's not Antonio Banderas. Keep going.
She's like, whatever.
He stars in all the westerns, has a great mustache. Gonna talks like this. He's got that.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, thank you.
Good job, Chuck.
Well done,
no problem.
Chuck.
Right.
Off my impression.
Back to Antonio.
I know exactly who you're talking about. She's like, anyway.
Sam Elliott and Antonio and the two other lesser known stars are at this dinner table scene, and there is a fly buzzing around the microphone that's planted in the middle of the room. And it's a problem. Like, you can't have a fly buzzing on your mic during a talking scene. So everyone's trying to get this fly that's like by the ceiling light, which is where the mic is. And, Antonio has taken it upon himself to be the one who's going to catch the fly. He's like, come on, Sam, you and I can do this. I am Puss in Boots. I am Zorro. I think God's trying to get this fly.
I was gonna say
really funny.
I was gonna say a picture of him like black leather pants and a mask on, climbing up on the tables and flying
little
across.
cat ears. Yeah.
I love it. He was wearing a suit with black pants.
There you go. That works.
There you go. Does that work for you, Paula?
It does. I just
Okay.
want to listen to his voice. I just want to listen to him speak, and I'd be like, right?
He's like, I don't want to make you too jealous, but he did send me flowers.
Oh.
It was because I fractured my knee in front of him. But
wow.
Here's what I remember from that moment. We're like on this plateau in the middle of Sprague, Washington, in a cow pasture in the middle of the night in November. And it's all lava rocks. And I just, as we had to climb up to the top of this, of course, they're helping the crew or the cast up.
I was gonna say, was this for shooting or was this a date?
She's never going to tell. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't either. I'm right there with you. I wouldn't either. All right. So midnight romantic lava rocks.
Melanie was there, so I'll just leave it at that.
Oh.
But they were still together back then. But anyway, I get to the top. I just can't find my balance and I fell. And I remember the petite British actress who's so sweet helping me up and like handing me the stuff back that I dropped and putting my little winter hat back on my head. And she's just saying, Rebecca, would you let the medic take a look at you for me, darling? For me. And I had a roommate who was telling me, I don't remember this, but she said, your voice was about 3 octaves too high, and you kept just saying, I'm fine, I'm fine. And over Sienna Gilroy's shoulder is Antonio, and all he's doing is this, my Rebecca, my Rebecca.
Oh.
That's what I remember. I don't
Oh my
remember.
gosh, hopefully somebody was recording and you have that and you can just play it over and over again. My Rebecca, right? I'd be
No.
like, give me that recording right now.
I just have to retell it from my own memory. But
Oh, that's a good retelling. I'm so sorry about your knee. Are you okay? I mean, ow.
oh well, I'm actually looking forward to a knee replacement next year or so. But
Ouch.
but anyway, Antonio Banderas sent me flowers, so I'm apparently willing to do anything for something like that.
Right.
I mean, I would almost be willing to break my knee for flowers from Antonio.
I'm like, it's a knee. I think that's worth more than one set of flowers. You need to write to him and say, okay, I need more than one set of flowers. This was traumatic and I'm having knee replacement. I need flowers for my knee replacement.
Yeah.
So Antonio Banderas, if you're
I
listening,
love-
right, she needs flowers.
Yeah, if somebody could tag Antonio Banderas
Right.
in this video, that would be
This
fantastic.
live radio, presentation. He's listening right now.
Right. Well,
love
this is going out on our Facebook feed, and it can be replayed later. So if anyone wants to tag Antonio Banderas in here, we are, this is a close personal friend of his.
Right? Exactly. Close personal friend.
She's like, no, don't say that. Don't say
Oh no, I might go for it. Antonio would be amused.
Yeah. And for certain, Paula would break my knee to get flowers.
I
from
would. I have
Antonio.
no
Yeah.
hesitation about, hurting Chuck. He's already like a little brother. I'm like, Chuck,
That's fair. I think there've been a few times she wants to hurt me anyway.
me?
But-
No.
That's fair. I mean, I get that from a lot of people, especially at the theater here.
Well, so I have a question
I
though.
would love this hot goss. Sorry.
No, I just had a question. We have such a wonderful, rich, creative region here. So if people are interested in getting into film, I mean, how does that even work? How does that start? What would you recommend for like our young people or adults who are interested in getting involved?
Oh gosh, there are so many great routes. The 50-hour slam is what I always call Spokane Filmmaker Christmas. Everybody shows up. Everyone is so supportive. We smack talk like family. Don't get me wrong. That is my favorite part. But everyone is really there in support. And that the kickoff event that Chuck was talking about, where they turn off the lights and lock the doors. If you don't have a team, you can just show up and they will not open those doors until everyone's on a team. It's
cool.
really about getting people involved. And it's, I love the Spokane film community because it is so supportive. I mentioned earlier, I'm on the board of Spokane Film Project. It's free to become a member. We have a members only Facebook group where we post information and talk about things. And if you are a qualified crew member, you can get a free listing on our crew database. We've got all kinds of educational panels we record on all kinds of topics. So that's one way to get involved in the region. You don't have to be from Spokane. We're an equal opportunity. Happy to have everyone be a part of the organization. There's another Facebook group called We Few that's about Eastern Washington filmmakers that does some social events. If you're a professional crew member, Washington Filmworks also has a free database you can be listed in. But as you said, new and getting involved, there are a few different film competitions, like the 48-hour films. There's the film racing website. They're an international film competition, so you can do them from anywhere. And I've done some of those. There's like a 24-hour one.
Wow.
Wow.
Wild and get teams together. But yeah, kind of, getting on some of the social medias is a good place to connect. But there's also a couple of good film programs in the area. Of course, I'm going to push Spokane Falls Community College because that's where I'm at. But also, I'm a graduate of Eastern Washington University. They've got a nice program out there, particularly if you're interested in writing. It's really strong in that program. And we have, through Spokane Film Project, we've got a database for people who are interested in PAing, which is being a production assistant, which is kind of the lowest level of
Yes, I know. Yes, I have
crew.
done that. Yes.
Or if you're interested in becoming a background actor, there's you can sign up with one of the local agencies, either Flannel Background or Big Fish Northwest. It's free to become a client. It's free to become one of their actors. You do need to have a headshot and resume to sign up, but you don't have to have any experience necessarily. And then they only make money when you make money is kind of how that works.
That sounds like one of those attorney ads. We don't get paid till
Right,
you get paid.
Right? This
Well,
is where you
they're
could do like a
agents.
Bloodstone plug. Call us if you or one of your family members, right?
Right? No spoilers. That's an upcoming film we have coming up. The trailer was first shown at the film festival at the Outerview Drive-In a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, up in Colville. Yeah.
Yeah. And the trailer hasn't been publicly released yet, but it should be coming out very, very
Oh
soon.
my gosh, super soon. It's going to be awesome. Joe's in it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. This is the
Right?
first year I've missed the Colville Drive-In Film Festival. I'm so sad.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
We know.
You weren't there. We all knew. Everybody knew. They were like, "Where is she?" We're like, "I don't know."
Oh, I'm so sorry. We were actually, that was the week before we were filming up there, and we had a schedule shift. Originally, we were supposed to be up there for that, and I was like, perfect. I'm going to go deliver paychecks on set and go to the drive-in, but our schedule changed, and I just wasn't able to make it up there. But I was very sad.
It's okay. We forgive you. Next year, though, you have to be there with bells and whistles.
So
okay, fair.
I do want to back up to something that I always find touching every year with the 50-hour slam. You mentioned the people that show up without a team. They show up, they go in the room, and that's one of the very first things before things really get even underway is they invite everybody up that doesn't have a team to get assigned to a team, and everybody introduces themselves, right? Or do they even get that far? I think they do. They do a little introduction.
They try.
But the people get scooped up on teams. Like it's literally everybody in the room raises their hand. Hey, who wants this person on their team? And the hands go up so fast. It's hard to tell who to get. And then I've seen a couple of the teams argue about who gets them. And,
fun.
like nobody, like you said, nobody shows up without a team. If you just want to be involved in it, next year for the 50-hour slam, it doesn't matter. You will be scooped up by a team in a matter of milliseconds.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's my favorite part too.
Yeah.
So go to the screening on Saturday,
Mhm.
see what you're getting yourself into, and just go with an open mind and an open heart, and talk to anybody you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
The filmmakers there, it's just such a welcoming environment.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm hoping that we I don't know. I'm very optimistic. I'm like, oh, I hope we're top 5. And then I'm like, well, I really hope we win. And then I'm like, I hope we're top 5. And then I'm like, So,
Yeah.
if there's anything you could say to reassure me other than 15, being in the 15.
I am.
She can't do that.
Don't listen to her, Rebecca.
Here's
do
what
it.
I could say. Just making the top 15 is pretty amazing. 'Cause
Oh,
you
it's
get
It really
to
huge.
is.
Yeah.
see your film on the big screen with an audience. And if the feeling you get from all of those people enjoying the work you've done and put forward,
Right.
particularly in such a meaningful piece,
Mhm.
does not give you the satisfaction you need, then nothing is going to accept Antonio Banderas. So,
Right,
Right.
exactly.
That's
Which
fair.
Antonio
That's
Banderas,
fair.
you have been mentioned quite a bit here. You need to give us a call, get those flowers ready, and that recording. But with my name, it's Paula. For you, it's Paula. I'm just putting it out there.
And also, since we have Antonio listening now, You were listing some of the resources and organizations for film work, and there's a new nonprofit started up here in our neck of the woods, Lost Falls Collaborative, which is going to be a nonprofit resource for local filmmakers in Northeast Washington. And I do believe the Lost Falls Collaborative folks would probably love to do some collaborating with you and some of the Spokane groups. And it's a fledgling group, and probably would love to learn some stuff and take on some stuff and get some guidance and join in on some stuff.
I would love to meet with them.
Yeah,
it's an amazing group.
Yeah.
So very talented people, very, very talented.
Mm-hmm. And always looking for more folks. And it's K.S. Brooks and John Urosco that started the organization.
Oh, God, then I'm out.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, that's fantastic. What wonderful leadership you have up there.
Right. Well, mostly because if you get involved with the project with Kat, your sleep schedule's gone. You're just going to be working around the clock for the next month. Just to keep up with her.
Right. I thought I had poor sleep habits, and then I was getting messages from Kat at like 2 a.m. and I'm like, whoa, you're up too. What's going on?
And surprisingly, love every minute of it.
Exactly.
Every second.
Every second. So much fun. So incredibly creative. So just the things that they come up with are just awesome.
Absolutely.
And there's just no end to it. Like I'm just exhausted looking at all the projects going on.
Well, and this area is I always view. I know there are a lot of film projects that happen here and a lot that have happened. But even for what has happened here, it just feels like sort of this untapped, vast resource. I mean, I talk about it all the time. You drive from the Canadian border to the Tri-Cities. You have every possible environment you could imagine, from the lush forests of Endor to the surface of the moon, and everything in between, and just out there. I mean, you don't even need sound studios. You don't even need to build the stages here. Just go out and drive 30 minutes, and you'll be in a completely different environment.
Yeah.
And
that's why when we shot Z Nation, it was so successful here, because it was, they were kind of road tripping around the U.S.
Yeah.
But it was all shot in Washington State, and almost, I would say, I think 75 to 80% of it, maybe even 90% of it was Eastern Washington. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think it almost became, so we moved here already a huge fan of that show, and we came to Spokane because we were house hunting to look for the area, and we're like, wait a minute. We had no idea that show was even filmed in Spokane before we started moving here, and we started recognizing some of the buildings from the show, and that's kind of what got us sort of interested, in because we're like, oh my goodness, that show's filmed right here. It was already, I mean, we were Walking Dead fans, but then Z Nation started coming out, and we're like, we actually stopped watching Walking Dead because Z Nation was so much better.
Oh, fun.
Well, I get chills just
right?
hearing that. Thank you.
It had such a better spirit behind it. It felt more, it felt like our show, it was quirky and silly and wasn't afraid to make fun of itself. And for a while,
we did not take ourselves too seriously.
I don't know if it was intentional or just accidental, but for a while it seemed like there would be an episode of The Walking Dead, and then the next week an episode of Z Nation that was totally mocking that specific episode of Walking Dead.
It was not intentional, but it was something we all noticed too.
Yeah.
Oh, how funny.
We assumed they were stealing from us.
Okay, that's fair. And the scenery was always sort of a running joke in the show. And I think one of my favorite lines of that show was the wall drug episode. When they went into wall drug and they just kind of looked around. It was some just random dilapidated gas station in the middle of nowhere. And they just kind of look around, and it was clearly not wall drug. And they look around and they're like, oh, this looks a lot different now. Oh well. And they all shrug their shoulders and walk in. And it was so hilarious because we just busted out laughing. I don't know why that scene was so funny, but it's just because it was just this thing ongoing. And by that point, we already knew it was in Spokane. We were already here. And it was just this sort of relationship they had with the area that sort of came through and all that filming.
Well,
So,
you mentioned you moved here. Well, the showrunner, Carl Schaefer, who created Z Nation and was the showrunner for all 5 seasons, moved here because he really loved it here.
Mhm.
So he's working on some projects, and I can't speak to anything upcoming, but he's
Is Antonio
definitely.
Banderas in it?
I can't say. You'll have to speak to him. But yeah, a lot of filmmakers who come here. One of my favorite things that people say, and Antonio was one of the people who said this, but there've been a lot of big stars who come up here from LA, and they're just like, people are really nice here.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yes.
And I'm like, we're like the biggest small town on earth. So,
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to be super nice and polite. But if you are not nice back, we will call your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We kept coming to Spokane, and then we would leave, and then we'd come back to Spokane, and then we'd leave. And the last time we left Spokane, we're like, why are we leaving?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we leaving? It's just actually really cool. Why do we keep leaving? So then we came back and we haven't left.
I think
I'm so glad. Yeah, we're not perfect, but we have the I think the space here and the ability to take a breath and recognize, a little kindness goes a long way.
Definitely.
Well, I think every area has its flavor, and I've talked to a lot of people that they don't get it, they don't like the area for whatever reason, but there's a certain flavor. It's not every area is for everybody, but there's this sort of there's this personality to the area in Spokane that's just it's not highfalutin fancy, but it's also it's just got a nice feel.
I love
to
it.
it.
I love the diversity. I love
Yeah.
the opportunities. I love the outdoor spaces. I
Mhm.
love the beauty of the downtown. So much effort has been made to make it such a beautiful, welcoming place with so many activities. So you can be there all the time. Every season you can do something downtown.
Yeah.
And of course, I have to shout out Chewelah. I love Chewelah. I'm just falling in love with Chewelah more and more and more and more and more and more. And more I hear about it, and I'm like, oh my God, Chewelah is so cool. So it's just a great region.
It really is. It really is. And
Well, and when you talk about people that aren't crazy about the area, it's like, what are you missing? Because we have something for everyone here.
Right?
we do.
Whether you're into the theater, whether you're into the arts, whether you're into Taekwondo or other sports, whether you're into Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, we just have it here.
Well, and
Rodeos, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
quirky.
rodeos.
It's a very
Yeah.
quirky area, and it's not for people that probably would like to go somewhere and have everything look like every other city. And I mean, there are the big box. You go through Spokane, there's like the big box stores and stuff, but that's not really the flavor or the personality of the town.
Yeah.
I love a fun fact that we have more restaurants per capita than any other city in the U.S.
Really?
Wow, I hadn't heard
But I
that.
think part of that is they also come and go real fast.
Yeah, they
Well,
do.
yeah.
They do.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll see one when I'm in Spokane, and I'll say, I wonder how they stay in business. I've never been there.
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
And then they're
Not
gone.
that I'm keeping anybody in business, but
I was with somebody last night. We were talking about the different Mexican restaurants in Spokane and all the different places to go, and we kind of we had to stop talking because we needed to get back to work.
oh yeah, there's a really good one on Division. Anyway, we have a comment from Daniel Randall.
My husband.
And so I don't understand this. Somebody's going to have to explain it to me. It says, shout out to Airway for hosting the lunar environment. What does that mean?
I have no idea. Honey, please text again because we're all clueless. The lunar environment. Oh, he's talking about, we were talking about the different regions and environments. And we lived in Airway Heights for like 4 years.
Yes.
And it is very sparse. It's very like lunar environment. There's like nothing. The plains, the high plains, right? So I have lived in the Southwest. I've lived in Texas. I have lived Arizona, right? I never saw tumbleweeds until we moved to Airway Heights. And then the tumbleweeds would come and blow into my backyard, and we would have like this wall of tumbleweeds. I'm like, wow, Eastern Washington. Okay.
So that's funny because we Studio A is the studio where we do a lot of the film work now. If you've seen the television series Going Home, it's all filmed on the stage out there. But we're in Airway Heights, so I was
how
like,
funny. Yeah.
making connections to the studio. But the tumbleweeds, no joke. Like we have fences all around the building, and
Right?
they just catch tumbleweeds. That's all they're good for.
It's amazing. And then I'm always like in the spring, I'm hunting down, where are these plants? What are these plants? And it took me a good year to find out what plant turns into the tumbleweed. I mean, it's a big deal.
Oh yeah. And I think if you get some drone footage, I think the other day someone caught the zombie tumbleweed that's still going around that area. It's still
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's still rolling around there somewhere.
Keep your cats inside.
Right? Oh my gosh. Okay, you just triggered something else. I have a little tiny corgi. He's only 18 pounds. He's the cutest thing you've ever seen, right? But I always tell my son, don't let him go outside. The owls are going to get him. And I said that in Airway. Well, since moving to Chewelah, I found out that that's not a joke.
No.
We really have to be careful of our little tiny dog and make sure that somebody's out there with him because he could get scooped up.
We have a willow tree in our backyard, and in that tree we have a great horned owl that lives in that tree, and she is probably, I'm not exaggerating, she's probably 28 to 30 inches tall.
Yeah, they get big.
She's massive, and she lives there. We watch her, every spring doing her thing with the other owls, and one time one of our dogs came in the house. She's a small dog, probably 25 pounds or so. She looks smaller. She's all muscle, so she looks like a little dog, but she weighs a little more. She came in the house, tail between her legs, just absolutely terrified without her collar on. And we're like, what in the world happened? And she refused. She went to the bathroom inside the house for 3 weeks.
Wow.
She would not go outside. And we're like, what in the world? And we kind of had a theory that, okay, maybe it was the owl. Maybe the owl tried to attack her or something, because that's the only thing we could even think of, because she has a fenced-in, we have a fenced-in dog area. And about a month and a half, 2 months later, I was out doing some yard work, and I found her collar underneath the owl's nest on the ground.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Out in a different part of the yard that dog cannot, 20 feet from anywhere near where that dog can access. And I'm thinking that owl probably grabbed her by the collar, and she managed to wriggle loose out of her collar. And
that's the only thing that saved her. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows how far she fell, or if that owl even picked her up, or if it just grabbed the collar and ran away. Regardless, it was scary enough. So her whole life, she loves watching videos. And owl videos were always one of her favorites. She would get so interested in the owl videos, and that's kind of why we figured it was the owl, because we went to show her some of her favorite owl videos, and she would shiver and hide behind us on the couch after that moment when we started to share owl videos with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this can be the theme for the next year's slam. It's going to be the Raptors of Spokane, right?
Yeah.
And the Raptors and the adventures that they have taking small children and small pets.
I love it.
I'll be sure and mention that to the organizers.
Oh, good. Thank you. Make sure you give a crowd out.
Listening.
Yeah. As long as Antonio Banderas writes me and says, hey, that was a great idea, Paula, then I'll be happy.
And then, yeah, so we are about out of time, actually, for our show here. I just want to say that to people out there listening, if you've never tried it, if you're like, well, this 50-hour slam thing sounds like fun, however much fun it sounds, it is 10 times more fun than that in real life.
It was amazing.
It's a lot of work, but, it's the kind of work that you can't wait to do again next year. You're happy when it's over, but then you hand that thumb drive in and like, man, what are we going to do next year?
Right.
And it gets you hooked like instantly, from the first year. It's like, okay, this is my life now.
This was my first year and I had a blast. I'm super excited. I hope they invite me to do it with them next year. And thank you so much for sharing all the resources and all the things that are here in the Spokane area and about your class in Spokane Falls. I think that's going to be amazing and very exciting. I can't wait to see your students but performance, the movie. You can tell that I'm a director of a play. I'm like, it's a play. It's a play.
We're showing it in the theater, if that helps.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
and it was a collaboration between the drama students and the film students. So.
Oh, very cool.
That's very
nice.
Cool. Well, I was going to say that's a good segue into that. If there's anything you'd like to let us know, anything you got coming up, let us know before you head out.
Saturday night at 7 p.m., Sunday at 2 p.m. at Spokane Falls Community College Spartan Theater. Come see Wistock's Way. I'll be there. They're making me do a curtain speech beforehand. So
nice.
Enjoy me talking. There'll be more.
Nice. And that's this weekend?
That's this weekend, yeah.
Wait, so
The slam and this is going on?
I won't be at the slam.
Oh,
I know. I
oh
just
my
try not to.
gosh.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, but this project has been so amazing. I can't be upset.
no, that's
Oh, good.
fantastic.
Okay.
I love to hear
And I've
that.
already seen all the films, so
That's
Right,
true,
probably
that's
a
true.
few times. Probably a few times. Okay,
Some
well,
of
it's
you.
going to be a film of weekends then, because we have the 50-hour slam Saturday, and then we'll have to go on Sunday. You said 2 o'clock?
yes.
See? 2 o'clock at Spokane Falls Community College.
There you go, on Sunday.
Right, Sunday.
Very cool, very cool. Well, yeah, that just about wraps it up. Thank you so much for coming on, Rebecca. It's always fun to have you on.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your stories. Say hi to Antonio for me.
Yeah, say hi to Antonio for Paula.
Bringing him up north.
Okay, perfect. And we'll try to make sure he hears that you need flowers for the knee surgery.
Yeah.
We've all done our part.
And if you do, you're more than welcome to come back in the show. I guess we can let Antonio on if he wants to come and join us for a morning show. That would be okay.
He's almost as fun as me.
Yeah.
Well, he has a lot to live up to, so okay, I'll hold him to that.
Tell you what, before we head out of here, I'm going to do this right now. Antonio Banderas, I'm issuing you a challenge.
Yes.
To come on the KCHW morning show.
KCHW.
You're going to get tagged in this video, and if you have the guts to come on our show, you are invited,
wisdom,
sir.
The amazing grace.
That'd be great.
Love it.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Paula, for coming on and starting your radio career with us today.
I know, I'm very excited.
Yeah,
well, it was a great first show too, because I
really
met an
was.
amazing person, and she knows Antonio Banderas, so it's a
That's true.
win-win.
That's true.
Not going to get any better.
Nope, it's it. I'm done. Gonna sign out.
All right, everybody, we got to get out of here and get back on to our regular programming. You can also tune in right here tonight on KCHW from 6 to 8 p.m. for Music for the Mountain. 8 to 10 p.m. is Dirt Road Blues with our very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain live in the studio. Then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we get a little weird with Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, which is from the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. I almost said entertainment. And Earth Date right here. So, and you'll join us tomorrow. I'm losing my train of thought here. And join us tomorrow morning with the morning show with myself and Scott Allen. So thank you so much for listening to KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio. All right. We still got you, Rebecca?
Yes, I'm here for
Okay.
just another minute.
I got you muted. Thank you so much for coming on. That was a blast.
Oh, same. Thank you for having me. It was such a delight.
Oh, I've lost you on there. I gotta get us off our stream here.